Hello, beautiful, sexy human souls. Welcome to Center of Light Foundation. You are the tribe. You are the nation of light. Welcome, everyone. Tonight we're going to be speaking about... I like this little thing. This. We're going to clarify atheism, disbelief, and lesser gods. Hello, everyone. Paul Anthony Wallace is in the house, y'all. Paul, I'm going to get you back on Center of Light Radio soon. I'm doing the Roku thing very soon. Everything's back with Dr. Katie Camara. Everyone on YouTube, Summer Fusion. Good to see everyone. Lots is happening. I don't know what's happening with Roku. Everything is green light, so the machine is still moving. The videos are there on Roku, but it has not really fully settled yet. How do you find Center of Light Foundation on Roku? Good question. I thought you'd never ask. Go to your Roku, or actually your home page on your TV that has all the apps. It has ESPN, Disney, Roku, HBO, Vudu, all that stuff. Just go to that page. Stay there. Don't click on Roku app. Stay there. On the left-hand panel, scroll down, and on the left-hand side, you will see search channels. Center of Light Foundation. Click it. Add it to your list. Give me a 5-star, whatever you feel this is worth for you. It's been a while since I've done interviews and presentations because I've been working on this Roku thing with Dr. Katie Camara and Denny Van, so thank you both. My heart is forever grateful to you. Hi, Adana. Hi, Mary Amalung. So tonight we're going to be clarifying a few things. Atheism, disbelief, and lesser gods. I am not here to convince you of anything. Well, who am I kidding? Yes, I am. No, really, I'm not. But I want to lay things out that may shed light on something. It's not about being right or arrogant. It's just about opening up the gate to greater possibility. Atheism, what is it? Is it real? Can it be true? Can atheism be a real thing? Hello, Tamara, depending on how you pronounce it. Disbelief, there's a whole bunch of disbelief all over the world, even within ourselves. So we shouldn't go pointing the finger anyway. Hello, beautiful Rena. And lesser gods. That's going to be the most interesting one for me. I had actual experiences of people professing beautifully they do and have and will do their love for something greater than they know of themselves. No judgment. It simply may be erroneous. Meaning, if there's a greater possibility for any of us to expand into, why would we not jump into the hunt with all that we have? Someone told me yesterday they went jogging and they stubbed their toe on a big rock. And they got mad, so they picked up the rock and threw it. And underneath the rock was whatever it is, was a something that opened them up to an amazing possibility of God, universal consciousness, unified field, just an amazing epiphany. We can remove all those labels because that is the error in the first place, is the labels. You don't have to label something beautiful. In fact, when you have a beautiful experience happen to you, it's hard to label it. It's hard to share it using feeble words from the monkey-minded consciousness. So it is my hope, my vision, to clarify at least one little nugget that I'm satisfied with. Atheism, disbelief, and lesser gods. You can, hello Bob, my beautiful brother Bob. You can visit Center of Light Foundation at centeroflightfoundation.org.com. I own the whole slew of them. But make sure you check out the Roku channel. Also, if you're interested in purchasing any of my books, you can go to Amazon, look up Keith Anthony Blanchard, The Divine Principle, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, For the Love of God. You know how to find me and what I do. Up here, you will see a QR code to all of my creations, movies, stories, books, coffee cups, sweatpants, all with this beautiful logo. Everything's backwards. This logo, and my hands are backwards even, is just odd. These two logos on your coffee cup, on your sweatpants, on your sports bra, whatever it is that you are interested in, merch to perch from Center of Light. But also, if you want to donate to Center of Light, what is the mission of Center of Light Foundation? Food, first and foremost. You don't have food, you don't live. Second is shelter. Third is education. This is the foundation of Center of Light Foundation. Please support. We're going to feed some people, y'all. And then we're going to shelter them, y'all. And then we're going to educate them to become self-reliant, self-empowered. So let's move into the presentation tonight. Welcome, everyone. Please share this where you can, where you feel, if you feel it. The world is waking up. You are the world. We are the world. We are the children. So let's move into the presentation. Atheism. What is atheism? Belief, rather non-belief, in anything. You can be an atheist in whatever. I just don't believe that. So basically, we all are atheists in some degree because we don't believe in Santa Claus. But there's a magic to Santa Claus. But you get the idea. Non-belief, atheism. I don't believe in a something. I understand from said atheist points of views, hello Vicky, that they don't believe in God. To be honest with you and truthful with you, the God they don't believe in, I don't either. So in this regard, I am an atheist. In fact, more atheists than said atheists who don't believe in that God. I am more atheist than the atheists about the God that the atheists are said to not believe in. But no one is an atheist when it comes to God, if you will. This may be the term or the label they use to express and or explain or simply share, declare atheist. I don't believe in the old man upstairs with the finger, and I'm atheist as well in this regard. But honestly, there is no such thing as atheism when it comes to believing in what believers, quote, call God. It's impossible, in fact. How is it? And if you're an atheist, fantastic. Give me a good argument. I love a good argument in a civil way. Not about being right. I want anyone to educate me. Hello, Wesley Curry on YouTube, the second. Look like the lead guitarist for Cheap Trick. Won't get you out. So, atheism is impossible when it comes to believing in higher structure, infrastructure. Because people of faith, if you will, be it in a religion, be it people who do things religiously and spirituality, they may believe in a certain way that you may disagree with, but you already set it up yourself because it's the same model said atheists are following. Atheists may not believe in a God model, if you will, but no matter who we are or what we think we are, there's no way we cannot follow something, higher ideals. Said atheists, I don't believe in God. Fantastic. God does not require you to believe in it. If you are said atheist, a practicing atheist, if you have a family and you love your family and you love your family united on these special events, these occasions, these holidays, or just the unity of your family overall, to never have any trouble in the family, dismay in the family, discord in the family, you are believing in God. Because you have a set of scruples that you are following, morals, ethics that you are following. This is what I call the highest ideal of my life, which is my love, which God is known to be the it of it, which is my love for my family. You're not an atheist. You may be one that believes, supports, practices goodness, kindness, peace. You see, God does not require you to believe in it. You will never reach God until you reach yourself. So if you're reaching these levels of unification with family and people and friends and relationships via love, peace, harmony, sharing, caring, praying, tithing, being of service, you're walking the path. You just don't know you're walking the said path. But you see, because you see, in reality, it doesn't matter if you know you're walking the path. Likewise, it doesn't matter if you believe in a said God. God doesn't require your belief. God rather see hands that help than prayer on the lips. My friend Wesley Curry, number 2, says, real as 2 healed teeth from Jesus in your mouth. So it's not really about believing in God, because none of us can ever understand the majestic divine consciousness until we believe in ourselves. True atheism, if it does exist, true atheism is non-belief in yourself. Because until you get through yourself, you can't handle anything. True atheism is not believing in yourself. When you believe, let's say, for example, you have children, or you have someone you just simply care about, and they're going to do this task, a talent show, a science fair. One of your friends is going to go to a competition, whatever it is. And you say, I believe in you. You're going to do this. I believe in you. I believe in you. This level of support is godly. I'm supporting you. It's not about me. It's about me giving all of myself away to you. That's sacrificial. That's a Christed act. Because it's not about me. It's about seeing you loom and bloom and blossom. I support you. I believe in you. So said people who are atheists, as they choose to deem themselves, they're believing in something that's good. Take out one of the O's, and then you got God. They believe in goodness, they believe in godness. So God is really all these qualities that the human being, and on its multifaceted levels, can actually not only touch the garment and have an experience once in a while. It is something that begins to integrate into you. My brother Paul says, Keith, I love what you're saying. Brother, blessings to you. So you see, there is something called affirmation integration. For example, in fact, I am going to do a presentation on this. I didn't feel it tonight. My next presentation may be something called affirmation integration. It's like trying to create a new habit. Trying to create a new habit. So you do this thing for 21 days until it becomes automatic pilot default. And through no one's fault, but you taking responsibility, it's just now a natural part of your functionality. I've been saying Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta, Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta, Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta for so long now. What is Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta? It's the name of this divine avatar you see on the right-hand side of your screen. The Lord on the earth today. Yes, I did say that. I did not stammer. I did not stutter. That's God on earth today. Swamiji Viswayogi. I've been saying Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta all the time, especially before I go to sleep. Now when I go to sleep, I don't say it. As soon as I put my head on the pillow, it becomes present. I've integrated this affirmation, this power in the spoken word. And in this affirmation, I am now beginning to have this beautiful divine integration happen within my divine complex. And it's not complex at all. It's very simple. Utter the name of God. If it's Jesus, then say Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Yeshua, Yeshua, Yeshua. Grandmother Doris, Doris, Doris. Whatever it is that makes you feel alive, powerful, connected, more than any, you can say the name of your children. Well, Keith, that sounds like worshiping a lesser God. There is no such thing as a lesser God, except if you believe in a lesser God. But the truth is, there is no lesser God. It's just a nonsensical belief in one or in such. And we're going to get to that a little later. So tonight we're speaking about clarify. Let's get real. Let's put it all on the table. Let's look at it. Don't be afraid. You can choose not to be afraid that it does not fit your model of your scriptural walk. I'm going to pitch, and I'm not going to balk. I'm going to throw a hard ball, curveball. But I want you to swing at least. Hit the ball. At least do your best. Tonight is Center of Light Foundation, Atheism, Disbelief, and Lesser Gods. You cannot be an atheist in anything except yourself. You believe in love. You believe in goodness. You believe in humanity. These are God qualities. God is love. God is peace. God is humanity, unified as one. Take a song break. Going to be right back. We're going to get into this presentation, and I'm deliberately going to push. What does that mean? I'm going to push. Keith, I've been wanting to know how to swim, but I'm not sure. I understand. Take your time. We meet at the river. You ready to go? Well, I'm not really sure just yet. I understand. Take as much time as you need. We go through this dance 5 or 6 times at the river. You ready to go? I think I am. You goddamn right you are. I'm going to pick you up and throw you in the river because you will learn how to swim. This is one of those expressions of who I am as a teacher. I like to push. I push the envelope. I take kid gloves. I use kid gloves. And I do things very tenderly. But sometimes Mother Bird needs to push you out of the nest. I got pushed out of the nest and I landed on my head. And at that time it was my derriere. And it hurt right here and down there all at the same time. Anything that you support that is of goodness, love, appreciation, humanity, all these different qualities. We can take God as a pure whole mirror. This beautiful crystal ball. This is you. What am I, a crystal ball? And this is God. What? God is a crystal ball? It's what this represents. Clarity, absolute clarity. And it's spherical. And from the heart, the sacred heart outward, the light ignites all of us. You take this crystal ball, God, and metaphorically shatter it on the ground. You have the different attributes and qualities of the whole of the Creator, which is the unified quantum mechanical field, the place where all energy and information come together. You see, you're not here on the earth. What you think is you is here on the earth. What you are and where you really are is not up there. That's the metaphor. So well, let's use it. It makes sense to the monkey. Ooh, it's up there. You're up there projecting yourself down here on the earth. So we have God shattered on the ground, and it's beautiful, many beautiful fragments. Hello, Lewis. You are not only more so than a fragment, you are a fractal. We're going to be practical. So for some of those who may be atheists, agnostic, just simply not sure, or simply riddled with disbelief, when they want to believe, they're just not sure how. And lesser gods. Lavender Soul is now in the studio. We did one song. We're going to start more after the first of the year. a new album called Atmosphere, working title as of now. I'm going to play you a song off of our last album called To Be One. Check it out. Be right back. We're going to go into the segment of Disbelief and Lesser Gods, and we're going to move this all around and mix this pancake batter up a little bit. And I'm going to see you shortly.
Making one of 100 million pieces, making one of each and every heart, giving one love like you really mean it, seeing one in each other every day. Loving one is how to get to heaven. Sharing one love that you are. Hearing one, that little voice inside. Being one with all the people. Teaching one all the children about love. Lives to make a difference, caring for one who really needs a friend, opening one to truth that they see, yeah, lifting one to dwell in the kingdom, dwell in the sending one only thoughts of happiness, receiving one love that's your gift. Think as one ends the separation. Being one saves the world. Teaching one all the children about love. Finding one your own peaceful heart. Causing one to feel peace too. And that's the way.
Welcome back to Center of Light, you sexy human creatures. It's good to see you. Always good to be with you in this beautiful space we call God, love, peace, betterment, humanity. Tonight is Center of Light, clarify. Atheism. The first segment we went through some ideas about what atheism, more so that it isn't than it is. And the one thing that true atheism is non-belief in yourself. Because until you believe yourself, that thing you want to do, you're going to have no confidence and it's going to peter out. So to become a god of the guitar gods, right gods, to master a craft of anything, you have to massage it. You have to play with it. You have to play the guitar. You have to do the whatever till you become the god of the guitar, or the fire marshal, if that is your way. If you want to be a fireman, to become the fire marshal, you have to not only do what firemen do, you have to refine not only the process, your process, so much so that you move up the ladder to fire marshal. Ladder, Jacob's ladder. So it's not really about a belief in anything other than yourself, because until then, nothing happens. Nothing happens at all. You want to, Christmas is coming. You want to get your Christmas shopping done, but you're agoraphobic. You can't stand to be in crowds. Until you master yourself to get it done, other than Black Friday, dear Lord, you can't do it. So you can never climb the mountain until you believe in yourself. Then when you get to that level, or that, at least that pinnacle, or that short, small mountain, then you can begin to effort and or endeavor towards Mount McKinley, Mount Fuji, Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world. When you get to that level of spirituality, whether you're an atheist or not, you are spiritual and you're doing spiritual things simply by your, not belief. Everyone who believes in goodness don't simply just, here you go. People who believe in goodness don't believe in goodness and do nothing. People who believe in goodness do everything they can to model their life in the style of what they actually believe in. That's why they do it. Because they believe in God, the goodness of what they believe in, that they want to effort not only themselves, but everyone else around them. We may call it a rabbit in America. They don't call a rabbit in France a rabbit. They call it lapin. Doesn't take away from the fact that it's still a rabbit. So now let's move into the segment of disbelief. What is disbelief? Hello, Ruthie. I've been knowing Ruthie, sorry dear, for years. She's come and see the bands I played in for many years. She's a lovely, beautiful lady. And Ruthie, if you would please, I'm asking, and I'm offering, grab the link to your products, your work, what you're doing that is positive and beautiful and lovely, and drop it in this room. Everyone, Ruthie has something to offer. If I'm not mistaken, you're doing something that is of help and sharing and caring about people. And no matter who you are, Ruthie, John Doe, Jill Doe, if you have anything to offer to me, humanity, that is of a beautiful, supportive nature, always feel free to drop not your work, but your passion and your play, your passion play into any of my forums, always. It's my heart. So now we're moving into disbelief. I understand being an atheist, let's just say John Doe, Jack Doe, it doesn't matter. We're going to paint a picture here. It's not judgment, just a picture for a teaching tool. Jim Doe doesn't believe in God. It's okay. God doesn't require your belief in it. It's greater than that. Its level of majesty supersedes, surpasses human folly and human nonsense. So Jim Doe doesn't believe in God. Okay? And because he doesn't, he went through certain or many different congregations mosque, temples, it doesn't matter. On what territory you set yourself or have set yourself or sit, but you've lost your, quote, faith. Hello, Kelly Bird. I can understand why some people might lose their faith. Not in God, but in life itself, because life is God. In themselves, because your life is God. Your life is whatever term you choose to deem it. But I can understand in this way. Let's get out all the fluff. Let's get straight to the point. Many people claim they turn atheist and have disbelief because the system of the church, synagogue, congregation of any sort has failed them. I understand that. It's failed me. It's failed many of us. But I took responsibility upon myself to say, I was not failed. My soul was sold. I bought into what I was taught. Until I got on this side of the veil, then I realized, oh my God, or as atheists may say, oh my family, what a beautiful lesson this was for me. And disbelief is birthed out of being burnt. You were doing everything to make yourself earned, to earn something good, an accolade, simply a pat on the back. Being recognized, acknowledged that I'm a spiritual being and I'm graduating to some level, versus always being chastised and beat down. And of course, when you leave the cult, I did say that consciously. When you leave the cult, no wonder you pissed off, full of piss and vinegar and upset. But that upsetness takes you away from the possibility that a religion, mission, congregation, whatever word you choose, that really wants to put you on your highest path, or at least support you in what you choose for yourself. It puts a bitter taste in our mouth, and we begin to disbelieve. We want to believe, but too many people hide things in their sleeve. It makes us grieve. We get mad and want to rebel. Trust me when I tell you, for many years I rebelled against the government and the religion. It's a natural part of the process. And you can increase its duration, or shorten rather its duration, increase the forecoming of what it is you really want by simply stop being upset. You don't have to believe in anything. All that is required is that you believe in yourself. Disbelief. Why half believe in anything? If some part of you has an inkling, just a simple inkling that it's possible, then why not jump into the hunt with all you have? Then it has to be possible, because you didn't, in your not believing in yourself to get this task done because you have no confidence, other people have passed you by. So, in the not believing in oneself, opportunity passes one by. And so our disbelief in ourself goes nowhere. So instead of believing in something halfway, when you believe in yourself fully, you simply become the god of being a gardener, a master chef, a musician, a spiritual teacher, whatever it is that you are truly wanting. It always starts off as a wanting. And then when you get a little taste of the glory and the garment, you get horny, you get excited, you get stimulated, and your wanting becomes a desire. And then your desire becomes passion, which ultimately is fire. And then you become sincere in sincerity. and everything is now at a level of absolute severity. I'm serious about what I want. And then I'm humbled in every aspect of my life that I don't know anything. And the door begins to open. And your hoping is over. And in your confidence and trust in yourself, beyond a God that you can't understand that exists, you become vulnerable. Because beyond all these levels of processes, of gradations that you have mastered, when you look at, as a musician, you kind of play chords for a little while. And then you may take on music theory, which takes years. Then after years of music theory of how to do things, you are literally at a musical mastership level that you can take music theory and literally throw it in the trash as if you never learned it in the first place. But it's your learning of it that allows you to throw it in the trash and still make some musical sense out of what others can't, that sounds like garbage. Disbelief in yourself goes nowhere. You can't possibly begin to understand the beautifulness, the oneness of humanity without believing in the oneness of yourself, which is part of the human influence itself, congruence itself. Your disbelief in yourself goes nowhere. Doesn't mean that you're trying to believe in yourself so you can believe in a higher power. That is erroneous and not necessary. I was told by Swamiji, God on earth today, physically, told me this. It's not required that you believe in me or God or Jesus. It's not necessary. It's your heart. From beginning, start, finish, replenish yourself and the earth and all that it's worth to you. And then you're on the path. The path does not require you to be an observer that the path is legit. You just got to get jiggy with yourself. So atheism is not really true at all until you disbelieve in yourself. Because if you're one that believes in goodness, the wholeness of your family, of the wholesomeness of your scruples, your models, your framework, everything that you stand, even more so, pray for. Atheists even pray. Did you know that? Atheists pray. No, they don't, Keith. I'm an atheist and I don't pray. Yes, you do. Every day that you think about your family and your gratitude for its harmony, you are praying in gratitude to a God that you don't even believe in, which is not required, to say, I am grateful for my beautiful family. You don't have to call it anything. In fact, that actually makes the point even greater. It's not a calling of anything. Your life has been calling you and all of us to become the embodiment of these qualities, which we all have. You don't have to call it Jesus. You don't have to call it anything. You don't have to call it God. You don't call it everything that is beautiful in its own way. What's that song by whoever? It doesn't require a label. In fact, that's not what God is. In fact, God is not its name in the first place. That is so pigeonholed and so mundane and so fragmented, really, in the space of absolute divine consciousness. Calling it God. It's God. It's actually somewhat blasphemic. It's a lazy approach to the goodness that gives us our life. Now, as far as atheism, or the position that one may take about when you die, lights are out forever. I get it. But I do want to offer you some mayonnaise on your sandwich. It's not true at all. Sounds like I'm convincing you. Well, I'm going to prove it to you. Every night that you go to sleep, lights go out. As above, so below. when the unified field of consciousness, quantum mechanical field in science, where energy and information not only come together, but come from and are manifested worlds, I did say worlds. I was going to say world, but worlds. As above, so below, on forever it will go. You wake up every night. You go to bed every night, you wake up every day. And in this lull, in this period, some people don't care about dreams and they go to sleep. And those people who don't care about dreams, they go to sleep. Every once in a while, they'll have a dream. And they'll wake up to realize that, oh my God, oh my, what's the story of the atheist that at his deathbed, someone put a gun to his head and he said, oh my God. Same idea. When you wake up in the morning, you realize that you had a conscious hiccup. You had a conscious hiccup. You were unconscious for a little while, you woke up, life starts again. And if you're a believer in science and an atheist, then you know that if you're a complete atheist and a complete believer in science and not the religious model, it's okay, because science is the explanation of God in the first place. So if you're a believer in science, that energy can never be destroyed, they can only be manifested in different forms, then you believe in reincarnation. Because even those things that cannot be destroyed, that change forms, then the word reincarnation here, honestly, let's look at it. It applies. This thing that once was is now a something else. So if you take a piece of wood that came from a piece of old furniture, furniture's had it, it's done, but it has a memory. It's beautiful. It's made out of cedar, right? Kelly calls it essence. Beautifully she did. And Ruthie did post. Thank you, Ruthie. I appreciate you posting your stuff. My passion is helping others. Follow her at Healthy Lifestyle. I am a health coach. Check it out. So if you believe that, or if you take a piece of furniture that's shot, it's at it, and there's one piece of awesome wood, cedar wood, or whatever, burl, and you create a new something, a plaque out of it, to give to someone you love to create to them, that's going to change them by your beautiful gesture and gift. That wood that was no longer usable, viable, obsolete in this piece of furniture has been reincarnated into a new life to bring other people, and you want to fight it. Fight all you like. Get out of the fight. It does not mean you have to believe it. It just leaves you at peace, sitting in the corner. Not because you're a dunce and have been punished and you're in time out. You are now in no time in. Here is the infinite, the absolute. There is nothing else that is absolute. And I salute you if you are such a one who is playing in the garden of your soul. Hello, Wendy. Wendy says, many snakes in my dreams. Snakes represent divinity. The snake eating its own tail, eternity. Circles, divinity. The cobra over Shiva, which people associate in certain religions. I can see why you might be an atheist, depending on whatever religion that you may have been in. That serpents, there's a difference between serpents and snakes. Serpents implies something slithery and manipulative, and this, it's a serpent. That's why it's been used in biblical stories about demons and the devil and all that. Snakes, or look, if you have a divine being, even yourself, which you are divine, and you have this 10-foot cobra on top of your head, do you think anything, demons included, would actually consider messing with you? No. So Wendy, snakes are representative of protection, rebirth, divinity. Look it up. I'm sure you probably did. So tonight we've been speaking about clarify. What is atheism? It's not what you think. Actually, it is what you think. Because using your scruples as you think and meditate and or pray daily, how beautiful your life is because you have a beautiful family, a wonderful job, financial abundance, everything that represents the highest ideal, you cannot be atheist. You are following the God that represents peace, beautiful family, highest ideal, abundance, blah, 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 blah. Spiritual and religious people do the same thing. They just give it the name called God or Jesus or whatever. You may call it or not call it anything as you live your life. Disbelief has come from often from people who have been upset about being lied to and manipulated. And that lying and that manipulation does not necessarily mean they were lied to and manipulated consciously. It's just an inheritance that has been passed down from others who have been manipulated and lied to, which is an inheritance passed down from others who have been manipulated and lied to. So the point of this presentation is not whatsoever to get you to believe in anything except yourself, but to see that we're all playing the same thing. We're all playing the same game. We're all dancing the same jig. We call it different things, and some of us didn't call it anything. In fact, not only do said atheists not call it a thing because it's their lifestyle, spiritualists choose to get out of calling it things in the first place. They're done with the labels. They just want to live the lifestyle, like the atheists who have scruples, morality, and ethics. Got to take a short break, and then we're going to get back to our final segment. Tonight is Clarify. Atheism, disbelief, and lesser gods. There are no lesser gods. There isn't lesser gods. We'll get to that shortly. See you shortly. Bye-bye.
Time to know what you are. So let the love. It's time to celebrate what you are. Perfect in every way. So it's up to you. There's a time to trust, and a time to love, and a time to know who you are. So let the love of God on you. It's always been that way. It's time to celebrate who you are. Perfect in every So it's up to you, a plan to make, to promise yourself you'll celebrate. There's a time to love, and a time to trust, and a time to know you are loved. Plan to time to know you are loved. So let the love of God on you. It's always been that way. Celebrate who you are. It's time to celebrate
Welcome back to Center of Light. I see there's some drop frames happening, so there's some freezing that's taking place. We're going to move into our third and final segment. Let me do a couple of adjustments. Yeah, I see some pixelation happening, but I'm going to muscle through it. Let me do a refresh on this here. There we go. So tonight is Clarify, Atheism, Disbelief, and Lesser Gods. Now we're moving into the section on Lesser Gods. Let me do a final check. I'm getting drop frames. I don't know why. Lesser gods, I'll give you an example. Many years ago, someone was sharing with me their thoughts about higher consciousness, God, whatever we choose to deem it. And they proceeded to tell me about this God of jealousy, fear, all these qualities, inequalities of, or attributes of spirit. And then I gave them a suppose. And they shifted because of it. They described what they believe is the highest level of morality, ethics, scruples, God. In fact, they were of a particular religious denomination. And they called it God. And I understand it. It's beautiful. I do it the same way as myself. After they laid out the model of their highest ideal, jealousy say that your belief in a God is here. If there was a God of unconditional love, absolute infinite forgiveness, and all these qualities of unity, no longer right and wrong, just wholeness, would you say that this God is of a higher level than the one that you had told me about? And they said, I would have to say so. And they changed. Their life changed. Lesser gods, jealousy. Whether you believe God is all unconditionally loving, if you are the embodiments of any forms of jealousy, you're not a true believer yet. And in fact, in such a way, you are an atheist. Hello, Pamela. If you are a follower of the Bible, I love me some Bible. If you're a follower of the Bible and you're particularly a follower of the King James Version, did you know that that version of the Bible was authorized by King James himself? In fact, on the first few pages, it'll say authorized by King James. Did you know that? It was authorized by a person who was a king. And did you know that that said king was a homosexual? Not that I think homosexuality is a bad thing and anything at all. But from said religious points of view of those who feel that homosexuality is an abomination, aberration, a sinful act, from the man who authorized your text in the first place, I think maybe some reconsideration needs to happen. Look up the Council of Nicaea that happened in the late 300s. King James was homosexual. Not that I care. I'm glad he got his jollies where he needed to get them. But if you're such a one who follows such principle, then look at the principle platform that said scriptural book has been erected, proselytized, and proffered from. In so doing, it makes one clear about any said message, be it metaphorical, analogy. There were people and humans just like us doing the best they can with what they have 2,000 plus years ago. Such a low vibratory consciousness level to even get such beautiful scripture out of, for those nuggets that we can actually milk the rag and get the last drop of nectar. In closing, I understand why many people don't believe as self-deemed atheists. It's sort of hard to wrap your You can wrap your head around it. Disciples of the Christ were named Peter, Paul, John, James, Luke, Matthew. What is all that about, really? Put everything I said aside. This is not trying to debunk the beautifulness and the deliciousness of Christianity, because I am a Christian. I am a Buddhist. I am in everything that is beautiful and loving, that makes sense. How did the Middle East, the land and the time, how did their names become Peter, John, Luke, Mike, James? How did this happen? Something is... It doesn't matter whether the Bible or any scriptural book is the absolute truth or not, or is. What is most important, that you believe in yourself, that knows how to decipher, decode the scripture that has been wrote on your heart for all of eternity. When the universe was born, you were there. When this solar system collapses because of the sun, you will be there. When there was a great void, you were there, which is here. You are always here. No matter where you, there's no room for disbelief in anything, especially yourself. You're loved beyond measure. Get out of nonsensical thinking and nonsensical groups. Group yourself with that which makes sense. And I don't mean in a flighty sense. I mean, it makes sense to me because eternity is not something you hope happens when you die. Eternity begins when you begin to live. You are not an atheist. You can always step out of disbelief. Dear Lord, get out of believing in lesser nonsense, gods. Even our odds. There's only one thing that is most high, and it's the highest ideal any of us can possibly fathom. But when we get a nugget of that, touch the garment, and you begin to smell your hands, and the rose fragrance that came from your Lord, my Lord, you will feel the presence that you know is you. And you feel that already, even in your atheism, even in your disbelief. We all get kissed on the face once in a while. And it feels good to get kissed on your face. Take that simply and use that to get kissed on your heart. Dear Lord, your non-belief, your disbelief, and your belief in things that doesn't make sense at all will dwindle from you. And you will find yourself not only standing in the presence, you will find yourself as the presence. That's the gift. Christmas is coming. Ho, ho, ho. Love you beyond measure. Peace, love, and light.